Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Vern and Friends. Y'all know how I am. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my. Hold on, let's see comments. Okay, I see Christine is in here. Oh, thank you, Christine. She said she loved the intro. No problem. Just gonna let people get in here because I think there's some people that's maybe on another chat because I'm terrible. And I don't know what I'm doing right now. So just give me a second. Hey, Christine, let everybody know that can you share this for me, Christine, so everybody will know to come to this chat, this live stream? Lord have mercy. Yeah, I just had to go live because something happened. I don't know if I did one on YouTube and then I did one on StreamYard, but I understand now I need to do it on StreamYard and just leave it alone after that. So I'm going to share this one so everybody will know to come to this one. So give me a second. All right, here we go. All right, let me add Limitless so he'll let everybody know. And let me add Hobbs. Let me add Empress. Oh my guys. No time. Just down. All right. So give me a second. What's going on too much? How you doing? Christine, how do I make people mods? Where do I go? Did I just make you a mod? Oh no. Thank you, Christine. How's everybody doing? Just letting everybody just get in the chat right now because I totally just messed up that live stream that I had scheduled. So I'm just let a couple people come in real quick. Christine, let me know if the music is too. Just let a couple people get in here. Click your name. All right, let me see. I'm gonna click your name right now. No, it's not doing anything right now. No, I'll look at that in a second. What's going on, Crypto Priest? How you doing? What's going on, Doc? Thanks for stopping by, bro. Appreciate you. Real good dude. I'm gonna let a couple people come in real quick. Y'all know I got a little something. I'm just doing this channel because I met a lot of good people in this space, right? And I have a lot of interesting friends that was, before the space, before I, ran into crypto, right? So I said I might as well, do a channel to where we just have conversations. I really didn't want to do, hey, Bitcoin is going up, Bitcoin is going down. I mean, we'll talk about it when, the necessary times, but I think everybody just needs to just, listen to people sometimes, especially this gentleman that I got coming on this stream today. Real good gentleman. I met him in Vegas when I was Saitama Vern, and I'm still Saitama Vern. I just, it is what it is. But that's what gave my start, being Saitama Vern. I know, finally, huh, Christine? What's up, Crypto Wiz? My guy, Omar, showing support and love. That's my guy, Omar. Gotta tell you, man, there's a lot of good people in this space. And don't let anybody tell you different. There's a lot of good people in this space. The Crypto Wiz. I forgot that's your name online. I'm like, who is the Crypto Wiz? Oh, yeah. Crypto Priest, how you doing, brother? All right. Let me go ahead and introduce this gentleman. Or let me just bring him on. Let me make sure his people, some of his people in here, because I know I messed that up. So let me 1 second. All right, here we go. Thank you, Priest. My family's good, Christine. I mean, everybody's fine. Did a little going back to school shopping. Man, I got no super chat, bro. I got like 140 subscribers. I don't know super chat just yet. You got to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, and I'll probably never get there because I don't know, man. It's just you know how I am, man. Want to send you a super chat? I cash up you 50. Keep grinding. Oh man, I got to do this for the people that really believe in crypto still. The good side of crypto. Yeah, I have to get somebody that got a YouTube channel. If anybody in the chat got a YouTube channel, let me know how to add mods, because I don't see it. It'll be done for sure. 1,000 soon. Man, if we get there, we get there, bro. But if we don't, it is what it is, man. I'm just gonna have fun with this channel, you know what I mean? All right, let's see here. Let's see. Doug said, Crypto Fern is the OG. You have 20,000 subs. Bruh, if it happens, it happens. I appreciate it, but you know how I am, man. Well, salute to you, sir. Thank you for the cash out. This guy. All right, back to what I was doing. Here we go. Gotta move some stuff around here, excuse me. Oh, there we go. All right. Let me see who else is in here. CYB Ali, how you doing? I haven't seen you before. Where you from? I get more comfortable. It's like my second time going live by myself. Well, Alpha Male was your last time, but nonetheless, let's get to it. Like I said, I met this gentleman in Vegas, and he's taller than me. There's not a lot of people that's tall. I'm like 6'3", right? So there's not a lot of people really taller than me that's walking around, just, average. So I see these two trees, and I look up, and I see Mr. Hardy first, and then I look over, and I see an older gentleman, and quite tall himself, and his name was Mr. O. That's what they call him, Mr. O. Yeah, let me tell you, I'm glad I met this gentleman. He's he played in the NBA. He served in the armed forces. And he's a great pillar in the Philadelphia, area. So let me go ahead and introduce y'all to a great guy, a great friend, a great mentor, just an overall great human being. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ollie Johnson. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing real good.
Man, I am so happy to have you here today. It's just crazy because y'all talk to you all the time, so it's like talking to you on camera is so weird to me. So I have to adjust. So just give me a second. Let's see. Let me say hi to a couple people to chat first, sir. Then we're gonna get into it.
Okay.
Joseph Robertson Entertainment. Hey, I appreciate you, sir, for coming by this channel. I've known this gentleman for a while now, and it's crazy. I appreciate you being here, sir. Let's see. We got Dave Haver, a new crypto channel. That's awesome. And it's a crypto channel, but it's kind of like a conversational, kind of piece, Crypto Vault, tell me more. Stop it, Omar. Christine, Omar, everything is good. I hope you and your family is doing great. I miss you. Said D Nice. Hey Vern, how you doing, Miss D Nice? All right, we got Stevie at work but passing through. Hey, thank you for passing through, Stevie. Day one guy, Memase Tamade supporting. So let me get to a couple of these banners for you, Mr. Johnson. Before we get into stuff, until we get into the nitty gritty of your life and what you've been doing, I got a couple break the ice type of questions for you. Are you ready, sir?
Turn the music down a little bit.
All right, let me turn it down. See, that's why I see. Hey, turn that down, bro. What are you doing? All right. How about now?
Great. That's fine.
That's fine right there?
That's fine.
Okay, cool. Here we go. You go back to my banners. What's the weirdest fad you remember growing up?
Hula hoop.
That was a fad that you couldn't.
The hula hoop. Yeah.
Wow. Would you care to elaborate, sir?
I couldn't do it. I mean, he used to have contests on the block and give out awards, and
you said you
couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
You couldn't twirl your hips in a circle for cash.
Couldn't do it, man.
All right. Hey, what was your favorite movie growing up? Well, when you was younger.
It had to be a Western.
Man, you know what?
Shane, or it had to be a Western.
You know what? You and my dad is the same age. And if I asked my dad that question, you know what I did when I was younger? I watched Bonanza every time it came on with my dad.
Yeah, there was a time of Westerns on TV.
Yes.
And
I think that was the era, because that's all my daddy. Oh, man. Whether it's any cowboy he was watching it, I'm like, okay, Dad. It's 1989 now. But that was his thing, though, his Western, so I understand. What was your first job?
My mother came to me when I was 14, and she told me she had good news for me.
Mm-hmm.
She had this summer job for me. I was working at a drugstore. Yeah. But I was still a kid. I cried so hard that they had to fire me. It was in the summer. They were messing up my time.
Yeah, because you're a kid.
It was bike time, There's no time to be working. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But that was my first real job.
Since we're talking about that, Mr. O, can you share the story with me? What we talked about on the phone when you were
my greatest hustle?
Yes. Can you please share that story?
Not a lot of people know that side of me.
You don't have to share it now.
I'll tell you. I mean, it's kind of twofold in that when I graduated high school, when I really went to work, I was making like $1.35 an hour. And,
hey, listen,
it wasn't a whole lot of money.
Listen, $1.35. Listen, chat. $1.35.
Yeah, that's a true story.
So, so all our YouTubers and whoever else, we got to understand, hey, let's take it easy on some of these prices. Go ahead, sir.
It was a different time. But even before then, one of the things I learned growing up is that there was always a way of making money legally. Mm-hmm. And I could sing a little bit. So one of my greatest hustles that I had was singing at the Undertaker. Sang at a lot of funerals. And I probably made more at night than I made working 40 hours a week. I only going to funeral home 2 or 3 nights a week. And because these funeral home, they pay you cash. They give you a little envelope. And it was great, man. It was all I had to do was sing, open a Baptist hymnal up, sing a couple songs, and walk on home.
Yeah. And what people don't understand, even back in those days, there's probably chaos in the streets back then, of course, in Philadelphia.
Oh, no doubt. Philadelphia was gang wars were huge. were huge in Philly, and you mosey about 4 or 5 blocks from home, you might not get back. So, I learned to navigate the streets. Not that I was a tough guy or anything like that. I knew where to go, when to go. And, the one thing that I did learn early in life, I never got in trouble when the sun was up. So I really paid attention to what was going on, and I kind of watched where I was going and kept safe. Not that I never got in a fight, or not that I never got in trouble, but you had to be smart about it.
We have 14 people here, and I hope everybody's just listening to just the gems that's being dropped. Mr. Johnson, what did you just say, sir? You said you never got in trouble in the daylight.
When the sun was up.
When the sun was up. So a lot of trouble happens when?
In the dark. That's right.
It's simple, but a lot of people don't understand that sometimes. They don't understand it.
Yeah, well, when you live in a city, Detroit, Philadelphia, LA, like, you learn the hard way. You're going to learn one way or the other.
All right, let's keep it going with a couple more little, people or animals?
Definitely people, all day long.
Save 100 strangers or one loved one? Woof. That's a doozy right there.
Oh, I'm gonna save a loved one.
Yeah,
there's no doubt.
Because, I mean, and especially if we talk to people on the afterlife. Imagine that. You're trying to tell me you had a chance to save me.
That's.
So I understand.
I
understand. That would have been my choice.
It's cold,
too.
But that's what it is.
Yeah, it's because you could be saving 100 murderers or 50, those type of people. So who knows who you save, but that's one loved one can possibly affect your life in a good way or hopefully change the world.
No doubt.
Easy one, sir. Breakfast or dinner?
Always breakfast.
Same here.
Breakfast all day long.
Same here.
First meal of the day.
I'm just looking at the chat. They so funny. All right. So would you rather go watch a live stage play or a live musical concert?
Well, that's a tough one because I love both. That's a tough one. As you know, I'm a music person. Been going to plays since I was in elementary school, and there's always been music. That's a 50-50 for me. That's a tough one. I love live stage plays. Been to many. Love live concerts. Been to many. So I don't know. It's hard to choose.
Crypto Priest he said, I like all breakfast, dinner, and lunch.
Better be
Christine
careful.
said, I got to get into breakfast more. Yeah, I'm a breakfast guy. Like, if there's anything I can eat at any time, I can eat breakfast. I mean, I'm just a breakfast type of guy. So, let's see. What's going on? Too much? But like I said, chat, if y'all have any questions, man, y'all just ask them and I'll save them over. Or Christine, you just let me know, okay? Mr. O, let's let the chat know some something about you. Let's start off with where you was born. I'm pretty sure everybody know about Philly by now, but just take us on that journey of from you as a kid and then boom, not too long, maybe five minutes, and just tell us a little bit about Mr. Johnson.
Okay. Well, I grew up in South Philadelphia, and pretty much did everything in Philly up through college. Grew up in South Philadelphia, went to Smith School for elementary school, high school, South Philly High, then I went to Temple. That's true. I went to Community College of Philadelphia, then I went to Temple. Kind of had a strange road to the NBA, which is a little different than others. That I never played, didn't really play sports in high school. Never really played basketball until after I graduated.
Okay,
And
hold on.
again, yeah.
Time out, sir. So when did you actually pick up basketball?
I picked up a basketball the winter before I went to Philadelphia. Working again at big $1.35 an hour, and had time in the evening, and I was still living at home. And a guy came by and picked me up one night. Well, my dad was worried about me. I guess he thought I wasn't moving out of the house too fast enough or whatever. But I wasn't really social. So I started playing. A guy would come by and pick me up. And we started playing, and I started liking the game. Then I went to Community College of Philadelphia. And the guy pulled me aside because I was starting to grow. And he said, I want you to come out for the basketball team. He had never seen me play. And I went out and had a really good 1 year at Community. It was during a time when you could only play 3 years of varsity basketball. So I was fortunate enough at Community College, which is a junior college, to play against the freshman teams of all the big 5 schools, Temple, Penn, Villanova, division schools in the area. That's how I got my scholarship to Temple. But I had never really played prior to that, and played much prior to community college. And I would say, I would doubt if anybody thought that 19-year-old would have been a pro, because I had never played. But great coaching at Temple. Great coaching at Temple. And they coached me hard. The person who recruited me, Coach Jay Norman, he coached me so hard at Temple, I didn't think the man liked me. I mean, he was in my face the whole time and could never do enough and was always pushing me. But I give them all the credit for being able to move to the next level.
And you know, when you talk, Mr. O, you always like bring up things to make me want to ask your opinion on things, right? So
go ahead.
What is your opinion on coaches really being hard on their players? Do you think it's a thing a coach can say that can like take it too far?
I think times have changed. I think coaches coached harder during my era, and I think times have changed. I don't think that you could coach a kid now like they coach when I coached. And it, you know, things evolved, people change.
Are you breaking up a little bit, Mr.
In college,
You're breaking up a little bit, Mr. O.
That's right. That fine. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you better now. You was breaking up just a little bit.
Okay. With the name, image, and likeness in the portal now, it's difficult to coach a player because you know, if they're not happy, they're not playing, they're gone. So I think it's difficult at college now to really build a good program. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. It's just a whole different time. I don't think that. I think you got to be a little more careful now what you say and what you do with the player. Because if they don't like it, they just leave. Yeah. Yeah,
let's see some of the comments. So Christine said he's getting rugged. That's our word for when you start breaking up on live streams. They say you're getting rugged. Let's see.
Okay.
He said kids are more sensitive today. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The thing is, the question is, are they too sensitive, or were we sensitive, but we were just yelled at so much till we just never said anything, and we just took it.
I think also, as players, we played a lot in the schoolyard, and we grinded in the school. You had to pay the price to get on the court. You had to wait for the old heads so you can
Oh
get an
yeah.
opportunity to play. And yeah, so now it's a little different. They have AAU, and guys go out and they do their thing. And you walk by schoolyards now and they're empty. So,
Yeah.
us kind of being self-taught in some ways in a tough situation. You might win, but you might lose so, it was different. It was different.
Yeah.
And it's just different. The times are different. The players are different. The temperament is different. And we were not coddled or like kids now recruited the best fifth grader, the best sixth grader in the country. Like there was
Yeah.
no such thing.
Like the
No
best
such
sixth
thing.
grader. I'm like, come
Yeah,
on,
it's
man.
crazy.
Like we're going too far.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
The best sixth grader. Like
Yeah.
it is crazy
The best
nowadays.
sixth grader in basketball. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. So yes, I'll tell you a quick story about how naive and how the information when I was playing. I remember the day I got drafted. I think I was in summer school trying to, I want to get my degree. So I'm walking up the street, and a kid runs up to me and says, "The coach wants to see you right now because you've been drafted." I sat down on the step because I thought he was talking about the Army, but he was talking about the coach wanted to see me because
Yeah.
and, it was no ESPN. There was no real chatter about a whole bunch at the time.
So can you please go back?
Uncle Sam was
Please
calling.
see,
I thought.
Mr. Johnson, can you just go back to that time? And
Yes,
because
sir.
people think it's like it is now. Like y'all just had this big old event.
No,
like,
it's not like it is now.
So can you please explain that to
there was no
our
New
new
York
generation?
There was no New York event. There was no New York events. There was very little chatter going on. They would call the coach or school or whatever, as far as I know, and say, "Well, he's been drafted by so and so, whatever." I really I got drafted by the Trailblazers. It was a different time. Plus, during that time was Vietnam, so I was a little knocked off my feet that day. Yeah, when he said you've been drafted, and but it's I lived through it. I got over it, and talked to the coach, talked to the team that day, and turned out to be a good day.
That's all right. I see. Look who we have in the house. We've got Crypto Life in the house. How you doing, Crypto Life? At the time, it was easy to think that, Mr. O. Somebody put, "Hello, gentlemen. Ollie Johnson, a true legend." Shouts out to you. And we got Crypto Life. Vernon, Mr. O, how you doing, Crypto Life? I'm glad you're here, man. Thank you for coming to the channel, brother. All right. Now let's talk a little bit about your NBA career, sir. But before that, you was in the armed forces.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that before we get into the NBA.
Well, it's kind of a dual story in that I got drafted. I did get drafted in the Army.
Okay.
And I found out that I could join the National Guard and still play. So what I did is on the same day, 7:00 in the morning, I joined the Oregon State National Guard, signed that contract, swore me in, drove me over to the Portland facility.
Mm-hmm.
At 9 o'clock, I signed my first NBA contract. So I joined the National Guard and the NBA on the same day. So, but I
hold on,
it's
Mr.
kind of a whirlwind life.
He joined the military and the NBA on the same day.
Same day, within 2 hours.
Listen, y'all don't understand how good we have it. Anyways,
Absolutely.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Like,
absolutely.
Anyways, go ahead.
But
sir.
you know, the Army was good from the standpoint is they work with me around my schedule. Like, if I couldn't make a weekend, I can make it up in the summer or in the off time I had off. So I did like everybody else. I did 2 weeks in the summer, my weekends, and I was in for 6 years. It was a good experience for me. I mean, the basic training we go through with the regular Army, we go through with everybody else. So you carry the gun, you march the 10 miles every day to the rifle range, you train and you train and you train some more. So it was quite an experience. And we were always off, so it wasn't like we were immune from going overseas. But fortunately, my unit was never called while I was in. So I was able to do both. I was able to play.
Yeah.
And I was able to serve. Mm-hmm.
Well, and like what everybody
different time.
He say, thank you for your service, and that's number one, sir. And that's a crazy story. Like I didn't even know that, and we talked, for a couple times already in my lifetime, and I never knew that you signed up the same day. So it's like, yes, and then it's like, okay, all right, well, I guess because this is my dad's story. He was on his way to Vietnam. He was on his way to Vietnam. The war ended, and he got diverted to Germany. Yeah, that's how deep that story is.
I know he was happy, right? Yeah.
I mean, because
that Vietnam was a real war, man. That was.
Listen, yes. I mean, I've heard stories, and the movies don't even shake a tail feather at it. So, yeah, but all right.
Guys went over. A lot of guys that I knew.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say, a lot of guys that I knew that went over in high school from the neighborhood never came back, man. They never came back. I mean, to see that type stuff before you're 20, 21 years old is not good.
Yeah, and I put that in the same like context as these young kids in some of these inner cities, right? They're kicking it with their friends. You got this band of brothers, and they're dying on you. It's the same almost concept, and they're not getting any help for it. Just like a lot of our people didn't get help from it a long time ago. I mean, you see your friends die, and you don't talk to anybody. You don't, try to separate or kind of get an understanding of what you just saw. I mean, I think it's really needed in the inner cities as well as the military community. When you see things like that, or when you go through things like that, you definitely have to talk to someone. That's just my take on it, sir.
Yeah, a lot of guys came back messed up, man. Just were never right again.
Yeah,
never right again, because you to see somebody get shot and to go through some of the things that went on in Vietnam, guys don't talk about it. It's just so horrible and horrific.
Yeah,
but it damaged a lot of guys, damaged a lot of people, man.
Yep. Well, let's get into something a little more, brighter, little brighter. Let's see. Oh, trust me, we're going to get too much. Trust me, I got those questions. Trust me, we're going to talk about that in a second. Trust me. Well, let's talk about How did you feel when you got drafted? You was drafted number 30, correct?
Something like that. I don't even remember. I remember what I
You so laid
remember.
back.
What I remember about that summer is that you were always working. You're always trying to make the team. Going to camps, going to NBA camps, going to the actual rookie camp, and really not knowing if you've made the team until it was almost time for the season. Because when you start going to when you start going to where there's other players from around the country, that's fine. They're college players. And then you go to, there were like 10 rounds of drafts then. So there were a lot of guys in rookie camp. And you weed through that. And then the reality happens when the veterans come in. When the veterans come into camp, it's a whole different basketball game. I mean, that's when you understand how good this league is. And then you make the team, and then I remember my third game in Portland. I walk out, and I look up, I walk and scream. I had never seen anybody that big in my life. And, now, here's the reality, is that you're on the court with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Oscar Robertson, and a team that just won the title. So, it just hits you at every level. And there were a lot of great.
What team did you get drafted to again, sir?
Portland Trailblazers.
Who was on that team?
We were.
You had a decent team?
No. We were all young. We had very few veterans. We had a couple guys who were really good players. Jeff Petrie was a great shooter. Sidney Wicks had won the. He came out of UCLA. Sidney Wicks came out of UCLA, and they won the national title at the time under John Wooden. Exceptional players, but playing on the West Coast, it was difficult because every team on the West Coast was a tough team. Seattle was tough. Spencer Haywood and that team. San Francisco, the Warriors were tough with Rick Barry and Jamal Wilkes, and they just had a great team. And then let's not even talk about the Lakers with Wilt, Jerry West, and that team. So we were at the low end of the totem pole, but I got a chance to play. And that's the main thing, because you don't develop on the bench. Yeah, I got a chance to play.
Definitely.
Yeah, I took my knocks and took my hits and hung in there and learned how to play the game and to compete. Never had a night off in 10 years, man. Never had an easy game. I mean, guys were just in that league can really play.
Yeah, I mean, you played in the era where they were changing rules for certain people.
Well, yeah. Oh, there's a guy that I didn't mention. Connie Hawkins.
Oh.
Connie Hawkins was like the forerunner of J and these guys who were flying around. Connie Hawkins was unbelievable. So you hear about guys, but it's bad boy. You hear about guys.
I've heard that name a lot.
Oh man, yeah, Connie was a headache. He could play.
So since we on that subject, boom, Crypto Wiz, my good friend Omar says, who was the best player you ever seen play or played against? I already know this answer, and when you say it, I'm gonna tell people thank you. And let me tell y'all something: don't ever in your life say anybody's better than Wilt Chamberlain. Please go to YouTube and look how nice Will was because of his mom. If his mom didn't tell him to be so nice, because he was so big. He was 7 feet when he was 14. So he had to be a gentle giant. Remember, this is not the 2000s. We're talking about the 60s and 50s. He
started
had to
in the
act
50s.
a certain way.
Yeah, he started in
he had to act a certain way. He was a 14, 50-year-old dude that was about 6'10", 6'11", walking around. So imagine if he was on a court just dunking and just pushing and just hurting everybody, because he can really do that. But anyways, Mr. O, can you please tell all the youngsters, please tell them about Wilt? And I'm gonna sit back.
What surprised me is like a lot of young people think that Wilt was like Paul Bunyan, like he was a myth. But,
yes.
but Wilt was a real
my son
dude, man.
He was real, and he's 17.
Yeah, he's a real dude. Wilt was a great athlete. He was not just a basketball player. He was a great track guy, volleyball, all-around athlete, and strong, probably strongest man I played against during my years. Unfortunately, I only played against him a year or so, but there was nobody better. There was nobody better. Good guy. I got to know him very well. Well, I knew him before I started playing it professionally because we were all from Philadelphia. And I did get to know him. I got to know he and his family after I retired, though, because when I started working, they sent his nephew to me at school, and I got real close with the family. And Wilt was an exceptional athlete, not just a player, exceptional athlete. So
you're gonna tell the story when you scored on Wilt, sir?
You want to hear that story?
Yeah, please tell me that, because people don't have no idea, like, if you really made Wilt mad, what he can do.
Yeah, I did, man. I embarrassed him. I don't know how I made this shot. I went in and made a great shot. You know, the crowd's oohing and eyeing. And he grabs my uniform. He said, "Come here, Philly. You got a real deep voice."
Hey, come here, Philly.
Come here, Philly. Don't ever do that again. Don't come in here no more. So I looked at him and I felt kind of strange. I said, "Yes, sir, Mr. Chamberlain. You ain't got to worry about that no more." So, you know.
Oh man, that was funny.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. Because I was like,
was amazing.
When you told me about him, I was like, let me look at some, because they finally put some YouTube clips out, and they said, like, in college, he had his hat on, right, this little red hat, and he asked to do the high jump, and he actually won by jumping off of one leg.
He was quite an athlete, man.
In college, you know, you're supposed to warm up for the high jump. You don't just get out and just win the high jump in college.
That was his sport. You know, a friend of mine, Tom Hoover, who played with Wilt, good friend. Tom, Wilt, after he finished playing, was going to fight Muhammad Ali. Did you know?
Yeah, I heard about that. Does Muhammad Ali?
They were going to fight. Going to set up a fight. And
what do you think?
But Tom said, "Well, I'm getting ready to tell you what happened."
Oh, okay.
Tom said he went over and he scouted Muhammad. Because, you know, Wilt, big man, whatever. And Tom came back and told the big fella, he said, "You know what? You getting ready to get knocked out. I don't think you want to fight him." That's how good Muhammad was.
The thing is, man,
so they didn't
a boxer's punch is totally different from a regular punch.
You ain't got to tell me. I grew up with knockout artists. I grew up with those guys, man.
You grew up in Philadelphia.
You know, guys,
home where you had to have some hands on you.
They were hands, and then they were hands. You know what I mean? Like, we used to box on the street, and then guys started going to train.
Yep.
And then when they came back, they were a different fighter, man. So, from one of my very good friends, I learned that I was not a fighter, man, because he hit me in my stomach. Like, we could go to the head, but hit me in my stomach. I just called time out. I just walked away. He hit me in my side, all the air. So that, we got to stay in our lane. That is not my game, man.
Oh man,
yeah.
that's funny.
We were messing around, and I think I caught him, and he got mad. We was just playing around. He got mad. He hit me in my stomach, man, in my side. I just called timeout. I said, "Game over." Like, that's it.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
God.
it's a different punch when a guy trains than a guy on the street. No
Oh
doubt.
yeah. Trust me, I know
No
because
doubt. No
my
doubt.
friend, he was
No
like
doubt.
5'8", 5'9". I thought I can just go in
Mm-hmm.
there real quick. I threw a punch. He said, "Oh man, you got a nice little punch on you, but you ready?" I was like, "What?" Man, I threw a punch.
Yeah.
Amateurs. I went. All this was, boom. I said, and walked over to the corner.
Timeout.
Listen, and he was. Just imagine somebody my size hitting me. Then if I couldn't take his gut punch, I said I'm straight. So
Yeah,
let's see. I know
that's a
there was
whole
another.
different game, man.
So Mr. JRE himself said, "Who was the most competitive team to play against and the most challenging team to play with?" Wow, that's two good questions. Competitive. Oof.
I thought that the 72 Lakers were the toughest team that I had to go against. Because they had so many. Their second team would have killed us. They had so many. They were like 10 deep. They were that good. With Jerry West and Will. Elgin Baylor was on that team, although he was hurt. Mm-hmm. They were so good. Although I can't imagine how good they were when they were in their prime. But most of those guys were counting down, but they were good. There was the Sixers were a good team doing their run. Mm-hmm. Milwaukee with Kareem. I did play against that team. Man, that's so many good teams during that era. Chicago was good. And the Knicks. Knicks were hard to play against. They were just so, and they had all-stars at every position. And they were smart, and they played together. And, when that just get ball to Earl. And, Earl was just magical on the court. But as a team, they were outstanding. And Boston was always a good team. Even after Russell. They had maybe 1 or 2 years when they were down. But they were an outstanding team playing against Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and the Chief in the middle. Mm-hmm.
Well, we on that, Mr. O. Let's answer this one then. They said, "What's your take on Bill Russell?" Too much asked that.
Well, I'm going to just say this. Like, Bill Russell in 20 years won 18 championships. High school, college, and pro. So, but what he did on the court was exceptional. What he did off the court during a difficult time. Where guys can speak out now and not really suffer so much repercussions. But he was at the forefront of change, civil rights. And he put it out there, man. In a town that wasn't real friendly to people of color.
They still ain't friendly to this day, to be honest. I heard that is the worst crowd to perform in front of.
Boston was a tough place to play.
That's what LeBron was just talking about on the shot. He said it's bad out there. So I am Money Magnet. Shouts out to you and thank you for dropping by, sir. He said the 71-72 Lakers best NBA team ever. I think that's what he means. Best NBA team ever. I think if Wilt was a little younger, I think if everybody on that team was younger, I think that would have been the best team ever. What is your take, sir?
Yeah, there were a couple teams. Well, there were a couple teams, man, that we could put there, but that was the toughest. That was the deepest team that I played against. from 1 to 8 to 9 to 10. I mean, Pat Riley was on that team. A guy named Flynn Robinson was on that team. But they didn't get a lot of minutes. They won the team.
Yeah.
They were good. But let us not sleep on the Celtics with Bird and McHale and the Chiefs. Let's not sleep on them.
I'm not sleeping on them at all. Because little that people know, low key, one of my favorite players, but I was from Georgia. I can't be saying Larry Bird was one of my favorite players. Let me tell you, he had my name. My name is Larry in real life. And Bird is my middle name. But listen, Larry Bird, if I played, I would love to have a game like his, because if he wanted to, he can go to the hole. He might have a slow, but he will yam it on you. And he had outside game. He can go to the hole. He can pass. A lot of game. And he talked trash on the low, though, too.
A lot of guys talk trash, man.
Yo, listen, did you hear that story?
Talked a lot of trash. What's that?
Yo, did you hear that one story? I think he was playing against Charles Barkley, and he said Larry Bird was mumbling to himself, cussing. And Charles Barkley said he looked over at him and was like, yo, what's wrong with you, Bird? He was like, y'all are really disrespecting me. And he was like, what are you talking about? He's like, y'all have a white guy guarding me. Bird said this.
Talk about Bobby Jones. Talk about Bobby Jones.
He was like, what? He was like, he was pissed off that they put a white guy on him. I said, Larry Bird is a monster on the court. Yo, let's see. Oh,
a lot of guys talked a lot of trash, man.
If the 3-point line was in play when Jerry West played, would he have any 3-point records? I'm gonna add this while you're thinking, Mr. O. They frowned upon 3-point shots. Why do you don't think Larry Bird had a lot? Man, if Larry Bird and Reggie Miller and Ray Allen had a green light, come on. But go ahead, sir.
Well, the 3-point didn't come in until like 80, 81.
Yeah.
So there wasn't no 3-point shot.
So I guess, was Jerry West a good shooter?
Excellent shooter. But the game different. The game was inside out. It wasn't as guard heavy as it is now. The game was different. So,
yeah, that's what the younger guys got to
like
understand too.
He could have adapted. Yeah, I think Jerry West would have adapted. He was a great shooter. He was a great shooter. The thing about Jerry West is that he was a better defensive player.
I heard he was a dog.
Incredible defensive player.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why he gets so mad, and I understand, because I seen the little show that they had on HBO, and you got to be that passionate. Yeah, so I understand. Like, he had a lot of passion, and it could backfire on him. So,
yeah, Jerry West was a tough competitor, man.
Mm-hmm. D Hardway says, Mr. O is a true Philly legend who has a host of pros that learn from him. He has seen everyone from Kobe to Rasheed Wallace, and I know this for a fact. So let's see. Let's go into this. How soft is the NBA now, in your opinion? Will we say soft, or
I'd foul out the first quarter, man. Well, the rule changes to speed the game up, and you really can't really touch a guy anymore. You know, when we played, you can hand check them. You could almost put a saddle on a guy. So it was much harder to score.
Yeah.
And, you know, the middle was shut down. There wasn't a whole lot of dunking and stuff like that going on.
Oh, no. Because
the centers were powerful. The centers took it personal when you came into the blue. Yeah. You might get one dunk, but that second one you was going to pay for it. So it's a whole different game, man. That's
what people don't understand, man. Like, they can say all day, Kyrie would have been doing this. Like, Kyrie would have been on the bench if he tried to dribble between his legs twice that fast. That's been like, who are you?
Kyrie
Where are you
tough,
from?
Man.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Kyrie is
they
tough,
wouldn't
man.
allow him to be
He's
that
tough.
free back in the day.
No, he wouldn't have been that free, but he would have been successful because he can handle the rock. I mean, there were guys
Oh yeah.
who like Tiny Archibald, unbelievable, 6 feet 6'1", could take the ball. We used to post Tiny up and move outside. We used to put him in the post. But I mean, he's just certain guys just had that ability to do whatever they want to do on the court. Tiny was one of them. Just amazing to see him every night. You know, playing with him for 3 years was it's just incredible to see a guy play like that. I mean, we all had good games, but to be excellent tonight and to just make everybody around them better. I think Tiny was one of those guys who, any era, I mean, anybody right now would love to play with Tiny Archibald, would love to play with Jerry West, would love to play with Kareem or Wilt. I mean, they just cross eras. No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Know, they would be fine. They would be fine. I think Kyrie would have been fine. Yeah, he would have been fine.
Cool.
On the court.
Hey, thank you, DNA, for stopping by, man. How you doing, brother? Too Much said, today's games, these players are all friends. It's all about the money today. Well, Too Much. I agree but disagree because, you know, I've just been doing some research and I heard that the media really hyped up the Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain thing. It's like they were actually cool. Like Bill Russell would come to the airport to get, you know, Wilt. So, you know, I think it's the media. And that's with anything, man. The media is going to hype up anything that it wants to and make it seem bigger than what it really is. Because you got to remember, back in the day, there was no social media, so they can't really be like, oh, no, we really, and you didn't really want to be like, oh, yeah, we like each other because y'all are competitive. So, of course, the media made it seem and appear that way. Okay, well, let's get your opinions. I got a couple things coming up. What is your opinion on Elgin Baylor?
Wow. One of the greatest of all time. Elgin was.
Hold on, you're breaking up. This part good. I gotta hear you. No, there you go. You back.
Had a great jump shot. Okay. Elgin was exceptionally strong for 6'6", 6'7". Had a great jump shot. A lot of moves. Was great around the basket. Just he would have no problem playing now. None at all.
What's up, Bernie? Bernie's in the house. How you doing, Bernie? He said, "Wake up, people." Real quick, I am Money Magnet says, I feel Dr. J is underrated. What's your thoughts, sir?
Underrated? Really?
Yeah, he says he feels Dr. J is underrated.
The only thing is that the first move, I don't think so. I mean, Doc was a player, and I think, you know, it's always the latest is the greatest. You know, LeBron's the greatest. So, but Doc, I think Doc has gotten his flowers, and Doc was a great player. Again, fortunate to play with him and to see him do it every night, just amazing. But yeah, he's been blessed to really people see him and people give him his flowers now, but not underrated, not at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't say underrated, but maybe he just was in the era before the era that really blew up. And
well, I think one of the things about Doc is that, you know, they say Magic and Bird saved the league. I think Doc was one of those guys who did it before them, coming from the ABA, and with the excitement, the dunks, the hair, the flair, you know, the whole thing. So he was good for the game, and he changed the game in many ways. So, you know, he was before the Magic and the Bird era.
Hey, y'all keep the questions coming. This is good. Got to ask him about Oscar Robertson. Stephen A. Jackson always claimed he was a game changer. I mean, the big old bruh, the walking triple-double. Go ahead, take it away, sir.
O was a guy who could get the ball. O was a guy who could get the ball and shoot the ball from wherever he wanted to shoot it from. See, now you couldn't speed him up. He was smart. You know, at 6'5" at the time, that's pretty big for a guard. And you know, I played against O. Was near his end of his career, and he was still one of the best guards in the league. But exceptional, smart, made everybody better. Think about it now. Kareem and them didn't win a title before they got Oscar. So as great as Kareem was,
yeah,
Oscar had icing on the cake for him when they were in Milwaukee. So yeah, Oscar's a great player, man. Most of the guys who we talk about top 50 could probably play in any era. Yeah, but O is special, man. Very special.
Okay, let's Did Ollie play for the New Orleans Jazz? If so, did he play with Pistol Pete? You want to run down the list of teams you played for, sir? So everybody be aware of what era and everything.
Okay. If I can remember, I played.
Hold on, let me help you out, sir, dude.
No, I can remember. I'm just.
Oh,
joking.
okay.
I'm just joking. I started in Portland.
I'm gonna see if you're gonna get it right.
I got caught up in the extension drafts.
Oh, see,
and went to the.
I forgot all about that. Is Mr. O gone? Oh man, don't tell me he done got stuck in the blockchain. Think I lost Mr. O. Checking, testing. Hello? Oh, I think Mr. O is in the blockchain, ladies and gentlemen. Says Cameron was just moving. Yeah, I know, Bernie, but I think he's just, I don't know if he has to come log back out and come back in or what. Yeah, he'll probably come back in. So you told him using the SATA mobile. I'm not messing with you with that, man. I said, man, I really don't have anything, bad to say about Tom. I mean, like I said, they gave my start, right? I don't got anything bad to say about it, but this is the only thing I say about it, right? I can't mess up that many times at my job, and that's all I gotta say. And that's it. I like execution. That's why I'm involved with certain things, because I love execution. I love when people say they're gonna do things and they do it. I love that, man. I'm from the military. Let's see if Mr. Yes, I can hear you now, sir.
Okay.
Yo, okay. LMIQ, is that limitless? Because limitless, you have 17 names. Okay, let's go back to, they said, let's say, okay, Temple, you got drafted, Portland Trailblazers, you got caught up in the expansion, or that, I forgot all about that. So
expansion draft.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's when I went to New Orleans.
I have no idea that happened too.
Yeah, there weren't that many teams, so they expanded to other cities, and I got caught up in the expansion draft. That's when I went to New Orleans, and I did play with Pistol for a minute. Amazing player.
Oh man, bro, let
Very
me tell you
unique.
something.
People would love him now.
What? That's like white chocolate.
He was
That's
ahead
like
of his time.
white. Like if he had a dad in basketball, that's white chocolate's dad. That is his dad for real. Pistol Pete was amazing.
Yeah, amazing. 6'6". Had a string on the ball. Could score. Could pass when he wanted to. But just an amazing scorer. And I remember saying to Pete one day, I said, you know what? Your problem is you're way ahead of your time. You should be playing 20 years from now. And which is true. Because he liked to run the ball. He had a whole lot of tricks. Just an amazing one-on-one player. Amazing. But fortunately, I didn't stay there the whole year. I got traded to the Kansas City Omaha Kings. So I was playing with the Kings who are now in Sacramento. The team was great. The travel was tough because we were playing in two cities. I love Kansas City. I love the team. We had a good team. We had just one of those rugged, knockdown, sluggo teams that we just grinded it out every night. And one of the guys one of the guys I got closest to during my whole 10 years was a man named Jimmy Walker, who is Jalen Rose's
about
dad.
JJ from Good Times, by the way.
We were roommates. No. Jimmy Walker was a legend that came out of Providence. He came out of Providence, drafted first round.
Nice.
Was an amazing scorer. But we were polar opposites, but we were very good friends and got to know him well. And he was my roommate. But anyway, moving on from Kansas City, where did I go? I got caught up in a trade. When I left Kansas City, I went to the Lakers. But I played with the Lakers through exhibition season. And the owner decided he wanted to bring in a player that he really liked by the name of Lou Hudson, who was a great player. Lou Hudson was in Atlanta. I got traded from the Lakers, which broke my heart, to Atlanta. And but I had a good year. Played under Hubie Brown.
What?
We were.
Hold on.
Hubie Brown's my coach.
Hubie Brown is he's been coaching since he was 2.
Seems like it.
Yes.
Seems like it. A great basketball mind.
Oh, I heard.
Difficult to play for.
I heard.
Difficult to play for. Yeah, but I didn't have a problem with him because I had already been in the Army. We were a young team in Atlanta. And he's the guy that really introduced the zone and the press to the league. I mean, we speeded it up because we weren't that big. And the philosophy was to get more touches, more possession, more offensive possession. So we basically pressed 48 minutes, which is hard on the body when you start talking about playing 82 games. Yeah. But it was kind of revolutionary. We did make it to the playoffs. So, I mean, he got every ounce out of us that year. So when I left Atlanta, I went to Chicago and played a couple of years. I love the city of Chicago, except in January and February, too cold.
I
Yes,
don't blame you.
It's cold, but I love the city, made good friends out there. And my last 2 years I spent with the Sixers, which was probably the best team I played for. He's just really,
Mm-hmm.
really good, really good, really good. I think
Mr.
three
O.
times. What?
Let me pause real quick because I got
Yes.
the one of my guys, one of my fellow ambassadors from BTFA from the Banana Task Force, hey, 2-Bit
Mm-hmm.
Crypto. He has his own YouTube channel, and he shouted me out the other day. I always go over to his channel, so salute to you for coming by because I know you're a busy guy, and I know you're going live at 4 o'clock. And I know I'm gonna get off before you because I'm gonna respect because I have to be on your chat anyway because I'm third place in your marble race. And guess what? You inspired me to do something too, and I got a little something for you if you stick around for maybe another 10 minutes. But thank you, 2-Bit, for stopping by. Like, and Bernie, Too Much, Luch, my bad, I thought it was Limitless because y'all always be changing y'all names. But thank you for coming by, Luch, man. You were one of the first ones to greet me over at Banana Task Force. Thank you, 2-Bit. And before we get out of here, because I don't want to take up too much of your time today, sir, because you can always come and drop back by anytime you want, because I got something for you. I want you to just sit in your chair, and we're gonna like maybe whenever you have time next week or another week, I want to tell you about some cryptos that I'm involved with, and we can talk about it, and you can give me your opinion on how things are going. I'm talking
You
to you,
talking
Mr.
to
O.
me?
Yes, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you
You
because we
talking to
always talk
me?
about certain cryptos anyway. So I'm like, I might
Right,
as well tell
right,
you
right.
about them on live stream and bring the people that can actually tell you certain things that you may want to hear about it.
Well, you know me, I'm retired, so my time is pretty flexible. I mean,
Yeah.
time's pretty flexible. I hate to brag about that, but it is true.
All right, man. Hey, listen, I can't wait to get in your position where I can
Take your
just
time,
wake
man.
up
This
and be
means you're
like,
getting
hey,
old. I don't feel like it today.
that's great. Well, let me get through a couple questions. Like I said, I want to make sure the chat. Mr. O, what was your feelings when America put together the first Dream Team? Did you think it was unfair? I have this debate with friends. I was for it. I got an opinion on that,
I
but I would
didn't.
definitely want to hear yours.
I didn't think it was unfair because the other countries were playing pros against boys,
Thank you.
and I thought it was great, and it was great for basketball because now the world had an opportunity to see the Michael Jordans, the Charles Barkleys, and um, the really creme de la creme of the NBA. I think it did a lot to promote the league,
Yes,
and
yes,
it did a
definitely.
lot to promote the international. Now the league has, I don't know how many offices around the world, in China and other places. And actually, that's why the players make so much money, is that the money pool has gotten so big. Let me just say this: when people talk about money in my era, I think during the time I was playing, the NBA might have been worth $100 million. The
Mm.
whole league. The whole league. So now it's $6-7 billion a year industry. I don't know how much it's valued at, but the player's contract has been the same just about, but the money pool is just so extraordinary right
That
now.
TV money, people
Yeah,
don't understand. That TV money makes a
TV
difference.
and cable.
Yes.
TV and cable. Cable is what really took it over top when Ted Turner decided to put it on, and I did have an opportunity many times to speak to Ted Turner because he was a very involved owner, and just to hear the vision that he had, it's incredible. Like, there's so many folk that I've been privy to be around who had a vision for the league, but there's nothing I could do about my birthday. I was born when I was born.
Yeah,
But
I mean
to
that's what.
hear, yeah, yeah. But to be in the office and to hear people that you wouldn't know, a man named Larry Flasher, who was President Player Association representative, he was an attorney, talk about someday a man will make $1 million, which we couldn't even fathom because of our salaries. I mean, this is in the 70s. And, to sit in and hear these things, and to see that, to hear that the American player may at some point be in the minority, and because a lot of international players that wasn't a part of,
Listen.
there weren't too many, if there were any international players when I played. I don't remember any.
So think about this.
Like these people were visionaries. Yeah.
So think about this then, because I always do this. Let's put this in perspective. Like if I went back, like while you were playing, and said, "Hey, there's some kids that's gonna make $45 million a year playing basketball," what would you think? You'd be like, "Oh man, get out of here."
I thought you was on some LSD or something, like something was wrong.
Exactly. So now
you can't see it. You can't see it. $1 million was a big number.
But check this out though. So now imagine me as Crypto Vern, Saitama Vern, telling everybody about coins that can flip this amount of money. People are like, get out of my face. So we're in the same kind of predicament now, but because people are like, this is not going to happen. This is not real, but it is. But go ahead, sir.
Just to see the growth of the league, to see the visions of people that I talked to 40 years ago come to fruition. It's just amazing. A lot of things amaze me about what goes on in the world right now because of how long I've lived and things that I've been able to experience.
So Mr. D Hardway said, I wonder who will be on Mr. O's all-time top 5 list. Would any of today's players make the list? Well, I know I changed my list already. So I'll tell you my list.
I mean, that's kind of hard because it's difficult because I never played against those guys.
Well, let's
think the one guy that I would take would be Steph Curry.
I mean,
that would be the one guy I would take. Now, not that LeBron is not great, not that Kobe's not great.
Yeah.
The one guy that I would take would be Steph because of his ability to open up. Can you imagine a guy being able to shoot that freely, to open up the middle for like a Kareem? Like you're gonna pick your poison. Like
you gotta pick your
like Kareem
poison.
He was pick your poison. Are you gonna guard this or you're gonna guard? Like I know when I played in a short period with a great center, like I shot, like we all have a pet shot. Like my corner shot, I can hit the rim with my eyes closed. So, are you gonna guard me or think I'm still coming? But I can imagine. I'm sorry. Can you imagine a Steph Curry opening up the floor, particularly that the game was inside out? I would bring him, but my top 5 would probably be. Can I get 10? I mean, because how could I pick Wilt? I mean, I would take Wilt and then Kareem 1A, Wilt 1, Kareem 1A, Oscar, Jerry West.
So Oscar, Kareem,
Jerry West. That's hard to pick 5 because I gotta go Doc and Larry Bird. They play same position. Who would be my power forward?
Oscar, Kareem, Jerry West. Wilt? No Wilt?
No, I said 1 and 1A would be. I had to pick. I mean,
okay,
Wilt was the best, but let's say
you got the Twin Towers. Then you got Kareem and Wilt, Jerry and Oscar, and yourself.
Jerry and Oscar.
If you had a team to play with. Now, if your top 5,
if I could play with
last player, is it Steph Curry? Oh my gosh, just think about this team. You got Curry and Oscar, the big O, and you got Kareem and Wilt, and then you got Jerry West for defense. Oh my gosh.
But it's like that's a tough thing to do, man, because you got guys who were. When I think of a team, I think of a power forward, which you don't really talk about guys now, like guys like Maurice Lucas, guys that knock your head off. Like the power forwards were mainly the peacekeepers. Like if anything went off, like, okay, this is the guy right here getting ready to knock somebody out.
It's a good segue.
Think of basketball a little different, huh?
Good segue. Look at it. Look at the comment. Before I let you go, how many fights were you involved in? The 70s were brutal for fights. David Stern changed everything.
I never got in a fight. I hit a couple guys, but I never got in a fight.
You seem so calm.
Me personally.
You seem so calm. So who pissed you off on the court?
Yeah, I never got in a fight. I don't want to name names, but I could tell you a story. Like when I was in Kansas City, we were playing a really good game, tough game. So they put a guy in a game. I guess he wanted to test my heart. He elbowed me a couple times, which is not a big deal because you're used to getting hit.
Yeah. And
I told him, I said, I went up to him and I hollered at him, and because I didn't say much on the court, the official said, "What's going on?" The official asked him, "What did you do to him?" And I told the official, if he hit me one more time, I'm gonna knock him out. And he made a mistake and he hit me, so I had to knock him out. So that wasn't a fight.
You just knocked him down, or you actually knocked him unconscious?
No, he was out. He was out. You got to keep your promise, man. You can't lie on the court. You can't lie on the court. That was my only really risk, man.
Oh,
and I was
so
mad. I was so mad that I stood over him, and when I was waiting for him to get up, I just, and then Sam Lacey, who was my main man, he pulled me off. He said, "Dad, bro, like, I ain't never seen you go off like that." I said, if I see him again, I'm gonna knock him out again because he ain't no business. I try to tell him to leave me alone. See, like people mistake because you smile and don't bother nobody that, you know what I mean? Like that's not good.
That's the worst people to get mad at you.
That's true.
That's what I be trying to tell
But I'm not
people.
A fighter though. I'm not a fighter.
That's the thing. Like my brother, he's the same way, even though, we don't, that's another story. But yeah, he don't bother nobody, but if he bothers you, you're going to know.
Yeah, but that's my only real, I didn't get into too much, man. I just
the same way as me. I try to stay out the way, but if you come trying to harm me, you're going to understand. You're going to remember.
Right. It's a problem.
So I think, let's see. I think that was a question. Hey, listen, too much. You're not lying, man. Ted Turner did change the game. He
changed the game, man. He was smart, very interesting man. Just a visionary, man. Just amazing. So just blessed to have been able to, like, really experience. I actually worked at TBS doing wrestling behind the camera during the summer down there. I mean, he was a great owner. Yep, he was a great owner, man. Just because I was probably about my 6th or 7th year, so I'm thinking about what am I gonna do when I get done. So I told him what I was thinking about. He said, like, show up on Monday. So I went to the office and I just started working and learning how to do the camera and doing baseball and wrestling and things like that. So he was a great owner, man. He was a great owner.
Well, Mr. O, it's been an hour and 25 minutes.
Wow, and my phone is powering down, man. We haven't even talked about community college and all of those guys.
Listen, man. Like I said, Mr. O, this is the channel. You can come by anytime you want. Is this going to be Sunday? If it's Mr. O Sunday every month, every other 2 weeks, it don't matter. You can come by. We can talk about the NBA. We can talk about college days. We can just talk about life in general. Even stuff for people my age. I'm 46. And another topic that we definitely can talk about in different times at different days of the week is there's a lot of death that occurs now in my life, and nobody really prepared
Absolutely.
me for a lot of my friends passing away, like either from COVID. Like I just had a friend, rest in peace, James May. He just passed away from a car wreck last Sunday. And
Mhm.
it's difficult
Mhm.
because those are my running buddies. Like one of my running buddies, rest in peace, Jonathan Johnson, Big Tone, salute. He passed away from COVID, and it's just
Right.
it's been a rocky
The
3 years
sad
since I've
part
been
is
there.
the older you get, man. The older you get, the more it happens. I hate to pick the phone up sometimes. I really do.
Yeah,
But
it's weird, man. It's I have to
yeah,
really adjust. I really had to adjust.
yeah.
I really had to adjust. Oh, Empress, um, another ambassador over at BTFA coming by to say hi. Thank you for coming by, Empress. You always have my back, and like I said, it's always love. And he knows about BTFA, and we're going to talk about that possibly next week because we got so much to talk about. I talk to Mr. O all the time, so this is just an honor and a pleasure just to bring him to the masses, to bring him to my channel. So this is great. Real quick, I got a little surprise. I've been inspired by a lot of these channels around here, and I said I got to have mine. It's going to be kind of a little goofy. So here we go. Before your phone ends up dying, Mr. O, I got a little game for everybody. If you was in the chat today, you will be involved with this. Thank you for coming by too much. Thank you for coming by the hard way. Thank you for coming by Money Magnet. And who else? Mile High just came here. I include you. Who else is here? Oh, Luke. And Christine. She is my first ever mod. Did I miss anybody? Oh, DNA. If I miss somebody, let me know. I think I got everybody that came in. Money Magnet, Crypto Empress, Too Much, The Hard Way, Luke, 2-Bit. Yeah, golly, 2-Bit came by. I know 2-Bit's preparing for a show. I think that's it, right, Mr. O? Oh, yeah, Bernie. I think that's it. Real quick. Before we get out of here, we are going to play a little game. We are going to do a small little run, right? And whoever wins, y'all just DM me and I have a little something for you. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. I'm going to figure it out. And then you just post it on your Twitter and say, hey, you just dropped by Grand Friends and got a little gift. So here we go. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds. While it's going on, me and Mr. O is just going to watch it and chat. So is everybody ready? Here we go. Do a little commentary. All right, we got a little guy. We got Mile High in the lead. We got Mile High in the lead. Oh shoot, Luch. That's some terrible. They could have had some better looking people though. Let's go. Oh shoot, look at 2-Bit. Man, if 2-Bit wins, I'm gonna be pissed off because I cannot stand 2-Bit. Oh shoot, Mile High, the hard way. Oh shoot, Money Matt. Oh, Luch coming back. Oh, DNA is coming up like, oh no, wait a minute. Here we go. Oh, shoot, he ran out of steam. Oh, 2-bit. Man, if 2-bit wins, I'm gonna be mad. Oh, Christine is coming back. Oh, Crypto Empress is coming. Oh, shoot. Bernie said, oh, wait a minute. Oh, too much is coming from the back. Like, wait a minute, I'm coming through. We got 17 seconds left, and Crypto Empress she might be getting it. I don't know. Oh, shoot. Money Magnet is pulling it through. Oh, shoot. Is Money Magnet going to come through at the end? Oh, shoot. DNA is about to win. Oh, Money Magnet. Congratulations, Money Magnet, man. Just DM me and you're going to get something nice, man. Congratulations to Money Magnet for winning the first race on Vern and Friends. And ladies and gentlemen, it looked like Mr. O phone ran out. But like I said, congratulations to Money Magnet again. I'm going to get you something pretty nice, man. And you just post it whenever you get a chance to. Let me see what's going on with the chat. I know, Empress, I thought you was about to pull it through, but I was like, I'm not about to give Empress nothing. Like, she's Empress. Like, she doesn't mean anything. She's Crypto Empress. Money Magnet, like I said, congratulations, brother. Luch, what's going on, brother? Oh, D Nice, my bad. I am sorry I did not put you in, but I got you. I have one mod right now, which is Christine, and I need more mods. So if you want to be the mod on my little raggedy show, just let me know. And I'll be sure if I ever come to fruition and start making money or do whatever on this show, y'all will definitely be included because y'all are working too. So why not get paid? If I get an AMA, I'm going to make sure the community eats. I'm going to make sure my mods are good. Like, that's what I want to do with this channel. I don't want it to be one of those just giving, y'all know what I mean. Anybody got anything for me? Any questions about the channel, what I'm planning on doing? I may go live like this maybe once a week, like interviews probably on Sundays. And then maybe throughout the week, I might just go live just to see what's going on. Y'all just let me know, I don't know. I don't want that typical channel. If somebody has a topic, it's like the community. I want y'all to be like, hey, we got a topic. We want to talk about it today. Or if something happens, somebody dies or there's a war going on out, we may want to talk about those. People may want to express their opinions on things. That's kind of how I want things to do. You may have something with your kids. You may have something that we already went through. Like, there's certain things that we may can help each other on by just bringing out things. Special shout out to Moonwalk Coins. Thank you for stopping by, man. And I'm going to tell you right now, Moonwalk Coins will definitely be on my channel and be getting an interview because, man, this guy was a part of the Saitama community and he took it upon himself to launch one of the most amazing ways to launch a coin, a fair launch. He didn't even have any tokens and he's one of the lead devs. So shouts out to him, man, and his token. We'll talk about that later. Must not be televised, but it kind of have to be televised, right? But anyways, Adam Shelton, thank you for stopping by, man. Oh yeah, send me that email, Adam. Christine says, you're awesome, Vern. I'm loving the channel. Loving how the channel's coming together. Like, listen, keep up the great work. Listen, I need to really hone in on it, but it's hard to hone in and try to get things right when I'm like, God, a real pressing job sometimes. But y'all know, please go over to 2-Bit Crypto's channel. He has a Marvel stream that he has from Sunday to Sunday. And it's really exciting. And he has some good topics. Always go and check him out. I don't know why him and Hobbs on at the same time, but please check out the Crypto Shop with Hobbs and Justin as well. They own at the same time. So I feel like I have two phones. So I'm talking to Hobbs over here. Then I'm talking to, it's crazy. Hey, Legal. Oh, shoot. Bernie, I'll be jumping on sometime, but gotta work around family time. Oh yeah, bro. Just if Sunday's a bad time, just let me know it's a good time for me to just have these interviews. I kind of wanted to maybe an hour or so and then just get off so everybody can enjoy their day. Y'all just let me know, man. I'm just trying to figure things out, Legal man, what's up, bro? Thank you for dropping by. Hi, Christine. Hope you and your family are doing great. It will get there. That's good. Legal aliens in the house. Legal book. Hey, I hope it stays that way. Yeah, Captain is in the house. And like I said, man, thank you, Adam Shelton, for dropping by. Thank you, Crypto Empress, for dropping by. Bernie, Legal, man, appreciate y'all. I mean, all everybody here. So like I said, man, thank y'all for taking the time out y'all Sunday. But y'all go and have a good day. I'm about to go and maybe have me a glass of wine and think about the interview. And y'all will see, Mr. O, y'all see a lot of people. I have a lot of interesting people in my life. So y'all will hopefully see some of these individuals. Yo, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to. And like I said, appreciate y'all coming by, and hopefully the channel gets bigger and better by today. And Money Magnet, this dude is terrible, by the way, but this is pretty cool. And congrats. Thank you. It's my second live stream. Appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Vernon friends, Mr. Ollie Johnson today. Take care. Peace out. Be easy. Smile today. Rest in peace to James May. May God rest your soul, brother.